Hey guys, when it comes to Australian animals, the most iconic, the superstar of them all has got to be koalas, right? Okay, I don't have to go to Vision, but because they're so cute, I'm gonna make it happen. And if you spend any time in Australia at all, you might know a little bit about koalas. Or if you've been in front of the camera for Totally Wild, you might know that little bit more. Like, koalas eat eucalypt to keep hydrated because it's food as well as water.
Yep, got that right. Eucalypt leaves are made up of more than 50% water contents.
They like to be cuddled, you know, they love a good snuggle.
I'm giving myself a correct on this one. Koalas can't talk, so we really don't know if cuddles give them the irrits, but based on this, they sure seem to think it's okay.
They live to about 20-ish years old, and they can have one baby at a time. They don't hatch eggs, that's definitely a no.
I can't verify any of this. Let's move on.
And they don't really drink water, ever. It all comes from that leaf. And the mum poops and the baby eats it. I don't know why. And if you're a nature TV presenter with access to the internet and a voiceover booth, then you might know this about koalas.
These super cute marsupials are mainly active at night, and their closest relatives are the wombat.
Also, male koalas intimidate their rivals and attract their mates by using this loud bellowing noise, like. The reason I know this is because my mum used to work at a wildlife sanctuary and used to redo the noise for me just to freak me out. Thanks, Mum. And being on Totally Wild, we have so much footage, I can literally point out a koala anywhere. Look, there's a koala in that tree. Oh hey, a koala is over there to my left. Oh, behind me, look, a koala is sitting in a tree again. And that's what makes today's adventure so special. You might have seen a koala maybe at a sanctuary or a zoo or File Vision on your favourite wildlife show. But today we are so lucky because we're going out to find one of these guys in the wild.
To do so, we're catching up with Andrew and his team at Hidden Vale Wildlife Centre.
Hey Andrew, how are you going?
Hello, good, how are you?
Very good, because I understand we're going tracking for koalas today.
We are indeed, yes.
Very exciting, but what exactly is your job?
Well, I'm the wildlife manager here at Hidden Vale for the Turner Family Foundation. That's who I work for. And we have a number of projects involved in wildlife conservation, captive management of wildlife, and our biggest one is our Hidden Vale Koala project.
Awesome, awesome. And funny enough, my mum was actually very interested in koalas and she had the pleasure of working with them. So that sparked my interest. But what sparked your interest in koalas?
Well, I've worked with Australian wildlife for over 30 years and koalas, of course, are always one of the most popular species that we've got. I mean, they're cute and they're cuddly, but also they need our help because they are under threat, particularly here in southeast Queensland. So things like this koala project here at Hidden Vale, I think are vital for working out ways to protect them and management them into the future.
The way I usually look for koalas is just staring into a trees and praying I find one. But by the looks here, you have a much better method. How do you go about finding them?
Well, we're lucky because that was how we started off our project, just looking up into the trees until we saw a koala, capturing it, and once we've got it caught, we can put on a radio tracking collar. And now we can track our koalas using our radio tracking equipment here, but then we can study them knowing where we're going to find them.
Awesome, okay, I'm so excited. And I do think every adventure needs a good gearing up montage. So should we get geared up?
Good idea.
Let's do it.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up, our search is underway and you're along for the ride. Spoiler alert? Actually, I don't want to spoil it. You'll just have to keep watching to see if we achieve our mission. Brooke again, and welcome back to my most excellent adventure. Since I was little, I've always been obsessed with these super adorable marsupials. Yeah, the fact that I can do the call of a male koala to ward off rivals might mean I'm a little too obsessed. Moving on. Because I think koalas are awesome, I'm so excited to join Andrew and Carmen from the Hidden Vale Wildlife Centre. And we're on a trek to find wild koalas.
I'm looking, and I can't see anything just yet, but I'm sure
Not
there's
yet.
a reason why you chose this spot in particular. Why is that?
We chose this spot because the koalas chose this spot, because we have a higher density of koalas here than anywhere else on the property. And the question is why? Why do they like it so much? We think it's because it might have slightly better quality trees, particularly blue gums out here, and that may be because normally, when we don't have a drought, there's more water through there. There's creeks, there's wetter ground, the trees grow better, so there's more nice, juicy green tip for the koalas.
All right, so what do we do now? We're in the right spot. Do we just unpack and
We unpack,
get going?
we get the gear ready, and we head off and try and track one of them.
Can I hold this thing? Is it fragile?
Very.
Are you serious? How do I hold it?
No, it's not that fragile.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the handle.
Yes, and now
Okay.
we've got to get the aerial wings, if you like, out,
Ooh,
so that we get better reception.
like a convertible.
Yes,
All right.
and you'll notice it's directional, so where we pointed, if I don't take your eye out, it'll pick up a koala in the direction the koala is from us. Yes, but we've got to plug it into our receiver
Oh, okay.
next.
We'll do that.
Do you reckon we should do Mara today?
Yes, I think so. She should be fairly close by out here, so we'll do her.
All right, I've already got her field entry out. We can see what her frequency is for what we need to track her by. So we're going
Right.
to plug that into our receiver. One.
So, Mara, have you named every koala?
Every koala, yes.
What?
They all have an identity.
We've got to identify them.
And a number as well.
Yes, but the number refers to their VHF anklet or their collar. So that's the tracking frequency.
Like a radio.
Radio
station.
frequency, yes. So for instance, if their collar fails or drops off and we have to replace it, they will get a new frequency, but they'll have the same name.
Oh,
So can you hear that beeping? So if you were to hold that up and just point it that way. There you go, it's getting stronger.
Oh my gosh, it is! Does that mean if I go this way,
Certainly does.
will it get stronger and stronger?
It should do.
So what we've got here, we've got some numbers on the screen. So now it's going 72,
Yeah.
95, 98. So if you were to just swing that around, numbers will change.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Can I run with this thing?
No.
Oh. Now that you've got, I guess, a whole heap, how many koalas do you have at the moment that you're
Currently monitored 21.
tracking? 21. So you're tracking 21 of them. For what specific reason, I guess? What's the big picture?
Well, we're trying to find out as much as we can about our koalas. We've always known koalas lived here, but we haven't known how many, where do they move, how healthy are they? Have they got the dreaded disease chlamydiosis? Are they breeding well? All of that sort of thing. Because the ultimate aim is to be able to work out strategies to increase our population and therefore increase the population in the surrounding areas as well. What we want to produce is a koala fountain where little young koalas are dispersing into the surrounding areas, all healthy, and the whole total koala population in this area is increased.
I found one all by myself. No, I had the help of a tracker. Guys, who have we found? Because it looks like Mara has a friend.
Mara doesn't have a friend, she's got a Joey. It's her own little daughter. So Mara is our mother koala sitting up there. Miriam is her Joey.
Oh, Mara and Miriam. Did you name them?
Andrew
Yes.
named them.
Oh, lovely name, lovely name. Oh, that's so cute. So that little orange tiny thing around Mara's ankle, is that the collar?
That's a VHF tracker. Yep, so that's one of her tags. You'll also notice she has a blue on her neck just there, that's the other tag. And if you were to get up closer, there's actually a solar panel, little solar panel on the back of her neck. That's where she's uploading to our GPS.
Wow, so it's 3 things in total.
3 things.
What's the message for people like us who maybe get to see them in the wild? Like, is there anything that we should be aware of when it comes to koalas and seeing them?
Well, we've got to be aware of how vulnerable koalas are in southeast Queensland, which is why our project is so important. And the other factor that is very important in koala survival or koala deaths are wild dogs. Dogs running through this area at night. If they find a koala on the ground, the chances are they'll attack it. So again, people with dogs, particularly big dogs, need to be aware of that, not let them run free. And if you're in a koala area, keep your dog locked in or shut in the backyard.
This has been such a special experience. I don't want to get emotional, but it's really rare seeing these guys in the wild. I think it's incredible what you guys do. It's really beautiful.
Good.
So we'll be here for the next half an hour. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh.